Macho Man Randy Savage, and you're listening to the Interactive Interview. Oh, yeah.
You're listening to Interactive Wrestling Radio, featuring the Interactive Interview, courtesy of WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Interactive Interview on the InteractiveInterview.com. I'm James Walsh, joined as always by Daniel Edler, with our special guest, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
How you guys doing, man?
Doing very good. First question I got for you is, what was it like growing up in a wrestling family?
That was great, you know what I mean? That's why wrestling's been in my blood all my life, you know, watching my dad do it, and then, you know, getting the opportunity actually opened the door for me, no doubt. You know, a little nepotism doesn't hurt as long as it stays in the family, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, he paved the way. He was a pioneer. That's why a lot of people, you know, a lot of wrestlers out there, you know, got to respect the guys that pioneered before them, you know, give them a little respect, you know, whether it's a member of their family or whether it's just anybody that was in the wrestling business beforehand, you know, because, you know, it's what it is today because of those people, you know, so we've all enjoyed, you know, like, you know, this great run that we're having, and it's a beautiful thing.
Excellent. Dan, you want to field the next one?
Yeah. Where did your name, the Macho Man, come from?
Let's see, you know, way back when I was playing professional baseball, you know, got in a fight with a guy on the other team, and then I dragged it on for a couple of months when I saw him later, and then everybody was asking me, you know, that was when the first name came out, even before the Village People and all that, you know, they said, what are you trying to do, be a Macho Man or something like that, and I guess everybody just started calling me as a rib, and it just kind of stuck.
Who helped train you and teach you the ropes?
My dad, mostly, you know, to help me be introduced to wrestling, no doubt about that, but then other people along the way, you know, I just kind of watched people and just kind of, you know, just, you know, if something looked good to me, then I would give it my individual style, and that was it.
What was the Memphis territory like working for?
Which had the Memphis territory?
Yes.
Territory. Jerry Lawler, Jerry Jarrett, and all those guys over there. It was fun. It was crazy. we went nose to nose against each other for a while, but then, you know, we worked together then too, you know, but it was just men getting involved, you know what I mean, in the business and not always agreeing on what's going on.
Do you feel the pile driver you gave Ricky Morton through the table helped spawn the hardcore generation of wrestling?
I think it might have. I know that it was definitely a shocker around the world, and you know, a lot of people talk about it. In most of my interviews, you know, a lot of people mention it. So if it had anything to do with the people, you know, what's going on now, that's great. But I also want to caution all the wrestlers out there is that, you know, just even though, you know, wrestling's dangerous, that's the nature of the beast, just be a little bit careful, you know, because, you know, you still have to bring the money home to your families.
Right. Dan, you want to field the next one?
Yeah. You wore some really extravagant outfits during your time in the WWF. How much input to the design did you have?
Totally 100%. I owned all the outfits, and it just, you know, some of it was way crazy, way off the chain, you know. But that's where I was at the time, you know. And just I always tried to adapt to change, you know, and not be a dinosaur in this business like Triple H has called me, you know. So you know, and you know, you never know when time's going to pass you by, but I always try to keep up with the times, you know. And sometimes you're you know, just the nature of the beast again, that you know, the time is going to pass you by, but then it's one hell of a run.
How did you decide to leave the Memphis territory and head to the WWF?
Because it would seem to be time, you know, Vince McMahon was doing this, you know, worldwide thing, and I wanted to see how my talent, or, you know, what I thought was talent, would survive with all the best. And you always want to go where all the best is, you know, just to see how you know, I don't want to be a big fish in a little pond. I want to be a big fish in a big pond.
Right.
And, you know, I found out that, you know, I was good enough to compete up there, and it was a fun ride. Vince McMahon gave me that break that I needed. You always need an opportunity. You know, success is when opportunity meets preparation. You know, and you know, that's the deal. You know, and he gave me a break, and I just ran with it.
What was your opinion? What was your memories of your first Intercontinental title run?
Oh, that was fun. First time I had a belt up there in New York, and just going to I won it in the Boston Gardens, which is a crazy place, crazy town. I love Boston, and it was great. It was the start of things to come. Tito Santana, I remember taking it off him.
Right. You actually lost the belt to Ricky Steamboat in one of the best matches of all time. What is your memories of working with Ricky?
It was great working with Ricky, but even more than that was the rush coming. It doesn't matter who you're working against when you got 93,000 plus people, like in the Pontiac Silverdome, which was the world indoor record, which was props to Vince McMahon for being the promoter that night. That was incredible. I mean, that's something that can really never be equal as far as a rush going down to the ring. I mean, you might be on television wrestling in front of zillions of people around the world, but they're not there in that building with you.
Dan actually has a question.
Times 20,000, 40,000, but this was 93,000 plus people.
When you signed for the WWE, or WWF as it was called then, did you really expect to be pushed quite as far as you was? And how much of a shock was it that you became such a huge superstar?
Well, I'll tell you what, you always, aim your goals high, and I had goals to, be welcome like that, hopefully, you know what I mean? Never, have I been a person not to remain positive, I'm a positive person. But at the same time, I have to admit that I even exceeded my goals, who could call that? It was just a wonderful thing, and and I still say that I'm lucky, being a part of it, because I mean, a lot of people like to take credit, 100% credit for everything, but I know in actual fact that you have to have the opportunity, and Vince McMahon gave me that opportunity, and I appreciate that.
What was your opinion of your babyface push in the late 80s?
I was never much of a good babyface. It was just, the fans liked me no matter what I did, you know what I mean? So it really, or they hated me, you know what I mean? But it was love or hate, it was no in the middle. Nothing. The Macho Man character was not subtle, either got people to love him or hate him, so I really didn't wrestle much different, I just kind of the guys I was booked against, they decided to, book me against people that I'd never wrestled before, and then that was it.
What is your memories of the WrestleMania 4 title tournament?
That was fun. And the tournament, you know what I mean? That was really fun. It was great. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? When a match comes up for a tournament, it's usually because somebody doesn't want to do a job, and that was the case it was with Hulk Hogan, so, but we made do with what we had, and got over, and we had a heck of a run right after that, so it was a cool thing.
Now that you just said that, what was your initial feelings about losing the belt to Hogan at WrestleMania 5?
Oh, I thought if it's business, it's a cool thing. That was just business. It's a thing that needed to be done, and Vince McMahon was right in that fact. You know what I mean? You can't let personal and business interfere with each other, but sometimes it does. But it's just something that needed to be done. It's a business move. I've watched it all my life. Being in the wrestling business ever since I was a macho baby. My dad being in the business. So anybody that gets too excited about winning or too sad about losing doesn't really know the wrestling business.
Who came up with and what was your opinion of the Macho King?
That was Vince McMahon. He had to talk me into that one. He happened to be right. I was telling him it wasn't going to work, and he says, "Oh yeah, Will." I said, "Man, I've spent my whole career life, with this, Macho Man thing, going on." And he says, "Well, trust me on this one." I said, "Okay, dude, it's your money. You're the promoter." And he was right.
One of your biggest feuds as the Macho King was against Dusty Rhodes. Do you think he got a fair shake in the WWF?
Did Dusty get a fair shake? I don't think he got a fair shake. I think that he could have got a better shake. He did good with what he had to work with, but he wasn't, I mean, he was a legend. Dusty was a legend with the American Dream. They didn't need to reinvent him and put polka dots all over. I think that was a rib from one of the guys in the booking committee, to see if he would do it, but which is sad, but that's the nature of the beast again. The ribs, sometimes ribs carry on into the ring.
What are your honest opinions about Ultimate Warrior?
Ultimate Ultimate Warrior, me and Ultimate Warrior get along good. You know, we really do. You know, he's crazy, but I'm crazy too. So, you know, and sometimes when I was talking to him, I found myself actually understanding what he was talking about, which was kind of nuts in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say, well, about me, you know. I suppose when I talk to people like yourself, you know, you're probably thinking that, you know, this guy he wrapped too tight. You know, but Warrior and myself, we had some good matches, I thought, and he was very agreeable. You know, I mean, we got along. We never had a problem.
Was there a hidden or underlined reason behind the retirement angle?
I can't remember at that time, you know, what exactly what the reason was. But I don't think that there was. Otherwise, I would remember it. But it was just probably one of the things that, you know, just to have a blow off at Wrestlemania. There's probably nothing really to it.
During your time in the WWF, you worked with some major, like, super talents. Can you give your memories working with especially Ric Flair and Jake Roberts?
Yeah, Jake Roberts was a great student of this business. You know, he had a great head on his shoulders, and I mean, he really surprised me with his, you know, psychology. And I really give him props. And we had a real good run. And when his King Cobra bit me, oh my God.
That was sick.
That story is that 4 days later, man, my arm blew up like a balloon.
Oh.
I had to go rush myself in the emergency room and get some hospital attention. But then 12 days later, his snake died. So, you know, I think he got the snake got the venom from me. Snake Roberts came up to me and said, "You killed my snake." I said, "Man, I tell your snake to back off." Things won't happen like that.
How about working with Ric Flair back then?
Ric Flair, if you work with Ric Flair back then or 100 years from now, it's going to be the same match. I rib him about it, and he takes it real well, you know, but, you know what I mean? And we've had some differences, but, you know, never that bad. You know, I got a lot of respect for Ric Flair because he works hard. He really does care about entertaining the people, you know, but he does have a certain style, and if no matter what style you wrestle, you have to wrestle his style, otherwise, that's it, you know. And we're, you know, even though I have a style myself, you know, I try to adapt it to the person that I'm wrestling with, you know, a little bit anyway, you know. But, Rick has got one style that seems to work for him, and he sticks to it.
What led to your decision to leave the WWF?
Just because they were going for young guys, you know, the new generation, and, you know, Pat Patterson was in Vince McMahon's ear saying, oh, we gotta, you know, don't even, you know, make a transition. Let's just go for the new generation, you know. My deal was that I still thought I could wrestle. You know, had some years left in me, and I, you know, and I was in a, you know, good position where I just didn't want to be trashed. You know what I mean? Just for no reason. If it makes business sense, that's fine. You know, but Vince McMahon with that going to the new generation didn't work right away. You know, finally, you know, slid some, you know, old timers or legends or guys that were over with the people and rubbed up against newer guys, and then he made it, you know. So that going to the new generation didn't work for him right away.
Is that why they stuck you as an announcer for a while?
Yeah, that's right. I actually wanted to be an announcer. I wanted out of the ring because I could see what Pat Patterson was doing.
What was your early opinions of WCW?
Early opinions of WCW, it was the strangest run business I've ever seen in my life. Not just the wrestling business, but any kind of a business. It was crazy. You know, it was just like, when I got there, Hogan already had everybody jumping through hoops that weren't there. You know what I mean? So it was kind of crazy. You know, it was just like, everybody serving Hogan, and that was it. You know what I mean? We really don't care if the business does good. And actually, they stumbled on a couple of things, like the NWO was huge. You know, it was huge, and there's no reason, you know, to end it like that, you know, but, you know, the jealousy in the dressing rooms and, you know, just Hogan being way out there and all that kind of stuff, it was a terrible thing. It's you know, when something so great is going so good, I mean, why ruin it? Why not just roll with it?
Well, how did the company change when, sorry about that, how did the company change when the NWO came to be?
The company changed. The stock went up. We were selling out all over, and the ratings went up. It was crazy. You know, it was a good thing. It was a rebel thing. The people loved it. You know, the people loved it, but the boys in the back didn't like it.
What was you?
Did you enjoy joining it?
What's that?
Did you enjoy joining the NWO?
Yeah, I did. I had a good time with it. And then when I split off it, I thought we had a good thing going with it. You know what I mean? It's all timing. It's all entertaining the people, and the people were really entertained. Just that when you got something going good, so you keep going with it. You don't have to ride it all the way out, but just let it go for a while. Because the people loved it.
Mm-hmm. What were your memories of working with Diamond Dallas Page, who recently retired?
Good memories. He works hard. He really cares about the business. He really wanted to make it big, and he did. You know what I mean? And if I had a hand in doing it, that's good. Diamond Dallas Page really works hard at this business. He was a student of the business. He cared about it. You know what I mean? And he got a chance to have a run, which he always wanted to do. I know he wanted to do it because it was very apparent that he wanted to do it.
In 1998, you suffered a rather severe leg injury. How severe was it?
Oh, it was pretty bad. I had 3 knee operations, and the same knee, so that really slowed me down. So I'll never be 100% like I was before the knee operations. It's one of those things. I was a catcher in baseball, playing football, and all that kind of stuff, and just the wear and tear. Finally something's got to go. I thought I was bulletproof for all those years. Any injury that I had, I just kept going, but. That's the deal on that one. That was a good one.
You beat Sting for the belt and then eventually lost it to Hogan the next night. How much politics were involved in that?
There was always politics in WCW. So that was standard. Just Hogan's. He's really one-dimensional. He likes to think of himself as like many-dimensional, but he's really one-dimensional. It's like if he was playing a game of poker.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around him a lot, so you can tell by his face what kind of a hand he had. He can tell you what kind of down cards he had without even telling you. But it's fine. You know what I mean? He got what he wanted out of WCW, and my deal is that even though I'm getting paid, it's not all about the money. It's business is a passion. And when you get one guy just ruining everything, if he's a lead dog, he's just like The Rock. The Rock was a lead dog over there in WWF, and he didn't cause any problems at all. Shook everybody's hand in the dressing room, looked everybody in the eye, didn't stab anybody in the back. That's one way to do it. And the other way is like Hogan does it.
What was your opinions of the original idea of the Wolfpack?
The original idea of the Wolfpack was phenomenal. It was just like the NWO. It made the NWO, actually. You know what I mean? Kevin Nash has got a brilliant mind on him.
Mm-hmm.
That was Kevin Nash all the way. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and Six Pac, great guys. You know what I mean? And their psychology in the business is phenomenal. Kind of like a Jake the Snake type of psychology, only completely different.
Dan, you want to field the next one?
Yeah, sure. When you returned to the company in 1999, how much did it changed?
Which company?
WCW.
WCW. That was the same thing. Hogan was in charge. You know what I mean? So it was ridiculous. He plays little kid games all the time. You know what I mean? And that's how he amuses himself. And when a guy's got power like that, or thinks he's got power like that, and you get somebody, like I like Eric Bischoff and everybody, everything, but he really did, cater to Hogan's, wishes, and unfortunately Hogan didn't have the team involved. He just had this individual selfish self involved, and that's what you get.
Memories of your feud with Kevin Nash?
Great memories of my feud with Kevin Nash because he's hysterical. He's a good friend of mine, and he's hysterical. He's got a head for this business. He's got a tremendous mind in this for wrestling, and a personality to match. So he was somebody that really caught on to the wrestling business. And he knew how to get himself over and knew how to keep himself over, and it was a cool thing because when I worked with him, it wasn't just a one-sided deal. He was, concerned about entertaining the people like I was, so we got along good.
In your last appearance on WCW Monday Nitro, I believe it was in November of '99, you were quoted as saying, "The bullets are out of your gun." Who was that directed towards?
That was directed to Hogan. I was going to get him on TV and sucker him into a match.
What was your opinion of Vince Russo?
I really hadn't met Vince Russo more than one or two times, so I really can't make an educated opinion on, on what I thought, what I think of him. So I really don't know. I didn't work underneath him as far as his booking, and so I really don't know. I can't say. I've heard a lot of things, but my deal is that if I don't know him firsthand, I don't say anything about it.
In 2000, you made one appearance on a Thunder. You came to the aid of the Millionaires Club. Was there any planned further appearances for the company at that point?
Not really. That was a one-shot deal. Let me congratulate you guys on your questions. You guys have done your homework. you guys know the business. That's good. But and I went up there as a show in good faith for WCW because they needed a shot in the arm, and I was back home, just chilling out, retired, and everything like that. And Eric Bischoff called me up and kind of like a favor type thing, which I was happy to do for him because Eric always treated me good.
What was your opinions of the eventual demise of WCW?
The demise of WCW, if anybody didn't see that coming, they were totally blind and deaf, because it doesn't matter how much money you got back in the company, if you're just throwing money away frivolously or, or just not listening to the people. The barometer should be the box office, what goes out of the box office, who is paying the tickets or who's watching on television or the pay-per-view or who's watching when Nitro was getting those big ratings. Those are the people that you listen to, that you get an opinion from. You don't get an opinion from a self-serving person like Hulk Hogan, you know what I mean? Because you're going to get bad direction, and which is proved. But he's just laughing about the demise of WCW. But in actuality, he should be really ashamed of himself because there was a lot of people there that lost their jobs, because of that. And they can't feed their families, maybe. You know what I mean? So but he doesn't care anything about that.
Dan, you want to field the next one?
Hey, slightly. We've got a few questions from the forums. But first of all, I want to ask you about your newest venture, MachoMan.com. I've been surfing around it. It's a brilliant design with that flash images at the top and everything. You've got a VIP area. I just want to ask you about what you've got planned for the site in the future, any projects that run with it, and what's going to be in the sign-up area.
Well, the deal is that I'm starting wrestling on the internet. This is something, a passion that I've wanted to do for a long period of time. I wanted to give back, and guaranteed that we're going to have wrestling on the internet. That wrestling is mostly dominated by one person. That's Vince McMahon. With the WWE, I'm sure you know that. You know what I mean? But there's room for an alternative wrestling group, and I got a bunch of young, hungry lions that want an opportunity, just like I was when I got my opportunity from Vince McMahon, and they're going to get that chance on MachoMan.com. You're going to see the craziest interviews, the craziest matches. It's going to be wrestling like you've never seen it before, and it's just going to be. It's going to be off the chain, no doubt about it, and I'd rather, instead of talking about it, just witness it, and what we have up there is completely nothing compared to what we're going to do. It's just the tip of the iceberg because the creative ideas are flowing. There's so much talent out there that is not signed by the WWE that want a chance to be seen by the world to show what they've worked so hard to do, get their talent to where it needs to be done, and they've worked hard and they deserve to be seen. And on the World Wide Web, you're going to be able to see some faces and some gimmicks and some personalities and personas that you have never dreamed of. You never would have got a chance to see if it wasn't for MachoMan.com. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a way that I'm going to give back. It's put a spring in my step over here in Florida. And wrestlers from all over are excited about it, and the fans are excited about it. I'm starting to come out from underneath the woodwork, you know what I mean, and doing interviews like I'm doing with you right now. But I'm excited about it, and it's a passion that I have, and I'm really excited about how it's turned out.
I've had a lot of questions from fans asking how can they become involved in the site, and how can they help out with the site. So what advice would you give to fans who want to become a part of that?
Help out with what? I didn't hear that. Help out with what?
Help out with the site, or help out contributing to the site.
Oh, well, if they would email me all their suggestions to MachoManMail at AOL.com, we're actually going through them, and we're getting suggestions, and we're going to be in touch with those people. It's going to be a crazy ride. We're not going to be able to, because of thousands and thousands of emails, don't get me wrong, but we're going to be putting out a newsletter, letting everybody know what's going to be happening next. But this thing is this wrestling animal, which I call it. It's going to be so freaky. It's going to change. It's going to change so far, what everybody's used to watching, that I think it's going to be a form of entertainment that is both affordable, and it's going to be completely, where people get chills, like watching it, because they're going to see talent that they never seen before, in a storyline that they never dreamed would be coming across the airwaves again.
Chat member JC would like to know more about your current diet and workout routine, if possible.
Really very simple. I just about an hour and a half in the gym and do a little cardio and a little swimming in the ocean over here in the Gulf, but nothing heavy anymore. I've trimmed down, and that's it. You know what I mean? I wrestled just now a match with Patrick Tanaka on the World Wide Web just to kick things off, you know what I mean, for the World Wide Web Championship. And man, I was sore for a few days after that, you know what I mean? And so what's happening now is that we're going to have a tournament for the World Wide Web Championship, and whoever wins that belt, I'm going to challenge that person and see how well I can do against that new guy of the future.
The final question from the chat forums comes from Ben Kent. He'd like to know your thoughts and stories about the recent passing of Kurt Hennig.
Kurt Hennig was like one of my best friends of all time. It's a real sad thing. He's got a wife and 4 kids and everything, and we're planning on doing something at MachoMan.com to just to help out, with the Kurt Hennig estate, but Kurt Hennig, we're actually getting a picture blown up that Bob Seger, the musician, drew of him, and we're going to put it up in the hall where the wrestlers come out of as the perfect wrestler to emulate. We think that much of Kurt Hennig.
Wow.
That's great that we
Yes. In early 2002, you issued a challenge to Hulk Hogan on OneWrestling.com. Whatever happened to that, and what went on behind the scenes that we never heard about?
Well, here's what happened. As I offered him a chance to wrestle for free, since we both made a lot of money in this business, I challenged Hogan with all the proceeds going to the All Children's Hospital. Real fine charity right over here where we both live. It helps sick kids, and time of need. And I gave him 2 weeks to accept the challenge. If he didn't accept the challenge, I was going to give 10 grand to the kids, for a little token thing. But for all the pay-per-view money, what it could have been if Hogan and Savage would have wrestled and gave all the money to charity. But in 2 weeks, he dodged the questions. And even on the radio down here and all that kind of stuff, made a million excuses, like it was a tax write-off I was doing, and just everything, just to get out of the match. So he didn't accept the challenge, and I paid $10,000 2 weeks later at Christmas Eve so the kids could have some kind of a present. But that challenge is still wide open for Hogan.
There was some confusion about your appearance in the WWA. You were evidently booked, and then something happened a couple days before it. What exactly went on?
Yeah, in fact, Andrew McManus matched the $10,000, by the way.
Wow.
Kids. And another businessman over here in Tampa put in another grand, and that actually was $21,000 now that I remember. So that was really cool for Andrew McManus to do. Not just the confusion was that we just didn't have a deal. It came close to a deal, but we just didn't have a deal.
Dan, you want to take the next one?
Yeah. What do you feel lies ahead? Who do you feel is the future in the wrestling business? In specific people in WWE, but also in specific people that will be working with you in your Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Who is the future?
Yeah. Who would you call the future superstar, future Macho Man sort of superstar talent?
Wow. that's a tough question. I don't know. There's a lot of guys out there in the WWE. I haven't really been plugged in lately, but I'm going to plug myself in now that I'm back in the business. I'm back in the wrestling business officially as of 2 days ago, and now I'm going to be checking everybody out. I can't believe the talent that we have over here at MachoMan.com. We've had 2 taping sessions already, actually 3 taping sessions, and I cannot believe the talent, the young talent that's over in the independents. You're probably more familiar with that than I am. Being so in tune with wrestling today, because I took about 5 years off and, doing other projects, but I'm telling you, there's no telling who's going to be the next Rock or the next Hulk Hogan or, like you said, the next Macho Man. I appreciate that, but, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight because so many people are interested in this great sports entertainment that, it's not going to be easy for everybody. One person's going to, pass everybody, and we'll find out what happens.
Dan, you have another question? Okay, do you want to do the word associations? We're just going to mention a word or a name, and you just give us your honest gut reaction. It could be a one-word answer. If you have a lot of things to say, you can go on a wild rant. It doesn't matter to us. The first name, and I hope that doesn't disturb you too much, but Elizabeth.
No, just that's my ex-wife, and we just went different ways. Wish her the best, and that's it. That was a run.
Angelo Poffo.
My dad, my hero.
Lanny Poffo.
My brother, the poet, the genius.
Sherry Martel.
Sherry Martel was a good girl, man. I liked her. She was a good manager, and she worked really hard. You know what I mean? And she was worked hard outside the ring, made my job easier.
I don't know how you're going to react to this one, but Road Warrior Hawk.
Oh, yeah, me and him don't get along at all. We don't get along at all. Anytime 2 guys mix it up and it ends up in court when one wrestler sues another wrestler, that's ridiculous.
Hulk Hogan?
I got nothing good to say about Hulk Hogan. He's a punk, you know what I mean? And if everything comes around, dude, you know what I mean? I don't know if he thinks he's flying high right now, but I got something for him if he ever wants to come down to the planet Earth.
Sting.
Sting, good dude and great athlete.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff is a good friend. He's a cool guy. He just gotten tangled in that cobweb or that spider web over there at WCW where Hogan had him. You know what I mean? And he put some faith in the wrong guy.
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon is the guy that gave me my big break on June 17, 1985.
Wow.
And I'll always appreciate that.
And the last one might be another one that bugs you, but Gorgeous George.
Who's that? The real Gorgeous George?
George Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. No, she's a good girl. Yeah, no problems.
Okay, cool. We'd really like to thank you for this interview. Would you like to plug your website one more time?
No. We're getting hit enough over here. But that's cool, though. Any word you can get out, that's fine with me.
We certainly will. Thank you very much.
It's your fans.
One message to my fans is that thanks for the run. It was unbelievably great, and the wrestling business is something that you really can't take yourself out of, and so I'm plugging myself back in to pass the torch to the new generation, and that's what a lot of the guys should do around here. But the Hulk Hogans are not going to pass the torch. They're going to pass you a torch that's not lit and too heavy to hold, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get these young guys going, and you're going to be entertained by seeing guys that worked really hard and care about their career, and they're going to be excited to show it for you.
Excellent. We really would like to thank you. It's been an honor for us to speak with you, and stay tuned for more from the interactive interview.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the interactive interview on the interactiveinterview.com, courtesy of ProWrestling.com, statistically the #1 wrestling website on the internet today. We're joined here today by the Macho Man, Randy Savage, to promote his new CD. Macho, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
We had you on earlier on this year, and the response we got from the interview is absolutely tremendous, so I'd like to especially thank you for that. How's everything been since earlier this year?
It's been crazy right now. I'm in Manhattan, New York, getting ready for that FYE Instagram appearance. We got the new CD dropping October the 7th on Tuesday. It's called Be a Man. Got 13 songs on it, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know if you've heard about it, but one of my songs is titled Be a Man, and this is Hulk Hogan.
Definitely.
Did you hear about it?
Yep, we have it done indeed.
Okay, you know what I mean? And so I'm boxing him in, hopefully, and trying to get him to man up and have a fight with me, you know, a real fight. And that's what I'm excited about over here. The people are pretty excited. You know, they've been backing my music. I collaborated with DJ Cool on Hit the Floor, and it's one of the 13 songs down there. And I even got a tribute song from Mr. Perfect, my perfect friend, Kurt Henning, who passed away earlier. Who was a real good friend of mine and buddy, and you know, just a tribute song to him.
Switching gears real quickly, how is your online wrestling company going?
Let's see, that's just on hold right now. It just never really got off the ground because of whatever, you know what I mean? Just because the music thing got started, and I couldn't really devote a lot of my attention to it. I might get back to it after this. Drop a couple CDs on the world.
One of the last questions that we did not ask you in the last interview was about the Spider-Man movie. How did you enjoy your experiences on the Spider-Man movie?
It was incredible. Director Sam Raimi was the greatest director in the world. He was kind of worked with him, not for him, you know, because he would, you know, take suggestions along the way. Just if somebody said something that was really funny, he would just write it right in. And it ended up being the 5th all-time movie of all time. So I was really excited about doing that. Bonesaw McGraw was the character I played, and working with Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and William Dafoe, and Kirsten Dunst. That was all fun.
Better.
Okay, yeah. How did you come up with the idea to go into the music business, specifically the rap genre?
You know, just I'm not taking myself too seriously as a rapper, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to entertain my wrestling fans, and I'm real excited about, I'm not about the East-West thing at all, you know what I mean? Just I'm bringing probably some wrestling fans into the hip-hop rap genre that probably wouldn't even be exposed to it, you know what I mean? Even though rap and hip-hop got a big audience, you know, there's a lot of wrestling fans out there, so I figure it's a win-win, but the only person I am singling out is Hulk Hogan, kind of like Ja Rule and 50 Cent, you know, they got a thing going, I got a thing going with Hulk Hogan, and I'm begging him to accept the challenge and be a man for one time in his pathetic lifetime.
Who are some of your musical idols?
I would say Eminem, LL Cool J, Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, you know, just on and on, you know, just Run DMC, you know, just anytime there was a concert, you know, I've been a fan of music all my life, and I'd always go to the concert and, you know, kind of just, you know, jam out and rock out. I was born into rock and roll, but then rap got contagious, and I got caught up in that, and so now I'm all about the rap, what's going on with rap.
How long was the CD in production for?
Probably almost a year. We've been working on it, and it was, you know, well done by Big 3 Records, and I got my crew, the Rascals, you know, helped produce it, you know, and then wrote it. And the only song that I really helped write was the Be a Man song, the one with Hogan.
You've obviously mentioned the Be a Man song and the Kurt Hennig tribute song, but which track off the album is your favourite?
I got one. It's a love song. It's called "What's That All About." Pretty Lady. You know, that's a real different song. Kind of a shows the sensitive side of the Macho Man, Randy Savage. You know, just it's kind of variety is the key here because we got a lot of club songs. It's a macho thing. Is on there. Just like I said, Hit the Floor. You know, just Gonna Be Trouble. There's a lot of songs on there. I really like all the songs on the album.
And do you have a specifically favorite lyric?
A favorite lyric? Yeah, just all the lyrics of the Be a Man song. Don't make me mad, dude. The Macho Man's about to explode.
I come from the 80s glam metal era, like Guns N' Roses and things like that, where the stage performance was almost as important as the album. What is your plans for a stage performance?
Well, we had 2 live shows in Treasure Island, Florida, right our home base, just to test out the reaction, and we did about 5 songs just to test the waters, and got a great reaction from the people, and We even did something with a Hulk Hogan lookalike. Kid brought him out there and punked him out. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of great ideas for. You're right in saying that what you do on stage has got to be truly entertaining, just kind of like the wrestling. Is maxed out. I want the people to enjoy themselves, not just about the music, but about the presentation, the lights, everything else goes along with it.
Is there any plans for a tour?
Yes, there is. In fact, I'm in the middle of a promotional tour right now, but we're actually 3 days away from dropping the CD, but there's a lot of interest in actually giving concerts. In fact, my concert tour manager, Ron Harris, got through talking with Hawaii, possibly doing one down there. You know what I mean? And so we're very close in locking in a tour, an actual tour. But we're it's kind of like work in progress right now because we're getting so much excitement going, and it's kind of like we can't do everything at one time. But we're gonna do the best we can to entertain the people as we go.
Moving gears slightly, we've got a couple of questions from the fans. I'd like to know what are your views on the John Cena character that portrayed on WWE SmackDown.
Yeah, I think he's doing great. I think he loves music just like I do, and I hear somebody told me that he even said something positive about me. So I'd like to return the flavor. You know what I mean? And just wish him the best of luck. I know what he's going through. He's doing a lot of traveling and doing the wrestling thing. So I say props to him, and maybe sometime we'll collaborate on the song.
And another question, because you've of course brought up Hogan quite a lot. Recently, Jim Ross mentioned that he wouldn't be too interested in seeing Hogan versus Savage.
He said that he wouldn't be interested, he said.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be interested. Last time I saw that Jim Ross wasn't the owner of WWE. He always, talks like he is the owner, or you know what I mean? But maybe he owns one share. But other than that, I really don't. If Jim Ross says something like he's not interested, it really doesn't affect me that much because he's, like I said, he always talks like he's the owner, but Vince McMahon is the owner. Jim Ross is always one pink slip away from being in the crowd.
Wow. Cool.
Would you like to do something that would be sort of along the lines of WWE products with Hogan, or would you prefer something kind of outside, off limit, no limit?
Something independent.
What's that?
Would you prefer to do something with Hogan in the WWE, or would you prefer to do something independent or on your own accord?
I'd rather do it in the WWE, Wrestlemania 20, but if that doesn't work out, if it is true that they're not interested, well then I know TNA's interested, and also in Tokyo. There's been talk about the Japanese people over there being very, very interested in the Tokyo Dome to be, for us to go over there and fight it out and have it out.
When you keep saying...
Otherwise, an independent promoter, that would be fine. If a radio station backs it up or if a charity backs it up, that's fine with me.
When you say fight it out, do you mean wrestling match or real fight?
A real fight. Not a work, but a shoot. The first shoot ever in business. Yeah.
What record label are you on?
Big 3 Records. Yeah, Big 3 Records is the record label. My crew is the Rascals. It's D-A, like duh. Yeah. And Rascals is R-A-S-K-U-L-L-S. And it's a crew of 5 guys. And that's the deal. We're legitimate. We're not taking ourselves real seriously. We don't mean no disrespect to the guys that are regular, rapping for a living and everything like that. But we are going to be. We're going to be tough to contend with. There's no doubt about it. I got Brian Adams as my bodyguard over here. He used to be a Kona Crush.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Formerly of Chronic and all that.
Right.
And Ron Harris is my tour manager.
The wrestler? Or?
One of the Harris twins.
Right. Right.
Tell you what, man, it's like I'm traveling around with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or something.
Wow.
I'm the little guy of the group. One of the guys in the Rascals is Ulrich Johnson. He used to play in the NFL for the New England Patriots, the New York Jets, and Minnesota Vikings as a linebacker.
Wow, I knew him.
Yeah. So we got some big dudes, and everybody's very, very talented, very competent.
You mentioned a minute ago the release date, which is the 8th of October.
The 7th. October the 7th, Tuesday.
October 7th. Where will people be able to pick up a copy of your CD?
Record stores everywhere? Or?
Probably everywhere. Walmarts, FYEs, Coconuts, just different places, It's going to be widely distributed. And then also you can check us out at machoman.com.
Okay, well, we really appreciate you taking
I'd just like to throw in one final question. I know I hate asking this question. I know it's a little bit more emotional, but what is your opinions and views and thoughts on the passing of your ex-wife, Elizabeth?
Yeah, that's very sad that happened. I feel sorry for her and her family. We went together for about 10 years. We were actually married and actually got a divorce, so we did have separation and closure. But I hadn't talked to her in about 7 years, and we were definitely friends. You know what I mean? We went our different ways and, agreed to go on. And so I really know about as much as you guys, or maybe less than you guys know about the passing of her. But at the same time, I just, I really feel sorry for her and her family, and and that's just about it. It was sad because she was very, very young.
Well, we really can't thank you enough for coming on again, and if there's ever anything else you want us to promote for you, we're more than grateful to have you on the show.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry to be caught in a hurry like this, but they got me running around. But after the CD drops on October 7th, if you want to give me a call back, we can get busy again.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. I'll talk to you later.